Hello, everybody. Today we are going to be looking at a topic called Discovering Your Calling. And we are going to be using Saul as an example, and we're going to look at how he discovered his calling. Did Saul know that he would be king? Did he know? Did he plan it to be king? Or did he discover it? 1 Samuel 10 verse 1 says, Then Samuel took a vial of oil, poured it upon his head, and kissed him, and said, Is it not because the Lord hath anointed thee to be captain over his inheritance? With a question mark. Meaning that Saul, him, will be captain over God's inheritance. And Samuel has anointed him because he's just heard God say, anoint him, and he's doing what God has asked him to do. So here is Saul. He is being anointed to be Israel's first king. He was out in the countryside looking for his father's lost donkey. He was out doing some other things when he met Samuel. And Samuel said to Saul, Tell the servant to go on ahead of us, but you stay here for a while, so that I may give you a message from God. So it was God who said to Samuel to anoint Saul. It wasn't Saul looking to be a king. He didn't plan it. He discovered his calling. Then it says in 1 Samuel 9 verse 27. It says, Then Samuel took a flask of olive oil and poured it on Saul's head and kissed him, and said, Has not the Lord anointed you ruler over his inheritance? It was God who chose Saul to be ruler over inheritance, the kingdom of Israel. Saul was out looking for donkeys, and instead he discovered his calling in life. And it can happen like that for you as well. You might be out there doing some other things, not knowing the calling of God, or thinking what you're doing is the calling of God upon your life. And then you now stumble and come to the realization that God is calling you to do some other thing. And God has an habit of calling people who are busy doing other things. It is in the Bible, all over the Bible, people who are doing other things, God calls them. They do not even know. They have other things in mind doing. And God says, You come. This is what I want your life to be. I have a calling upon your life. I have a calling upon your destiny. Example is James and John. James and John eventually followed the Lord Jesus Christ to be fishers of men, whilst Jesus Christ trained them to fish for men, to be preachers when he goes to be with the Lord. He goes back to be with God. They were fishermen. They fished. And Jesus Christ met them mending their fishing nets. They were doing other things. They weren't thinking about being a preacher, being a pastor, being an evangelist. They weren't thinking about that. They were out mending their fishing nets. So they didn't even know that God had a calling upon their life. They didn't even know that they were going to be preachers. Jesus said to them, "Come with me. You are now going to be fishers of men." I'm sure at that time they won't even understand what it meant or what Jesus was talking about, to be fishers of men. Another example is Matthew. Matthew was a tax collector before he followed Jesus. He was working in the council. Who are the tax collectors? The people who will write you and say, "You have not paid your council tax. You have not paid your tax." That was what Matthew was doing. When Jesus met him and said to him, "Follow me," he was doing something else, something entirely different. When Jesus said to him, "Follow me." Another example is Elisha. Elisha was a farmer. He was farming. When God called him and said, "You are going to be a prophet. You are going to be one of my renowned prophets. Follow me." And Saul was going about looking for his father's lost donkey. David as well. David in the Bible did not know he was going to be king. He was just taking care of his father's sheep. When Samuel came and said, "You are going to be king," and he became king. What about Moses? Moses was a stammerer. When God called him, he said to God, he said, "Why don't you call someone else? I stammer. I can't even express myself properly. I can't even speak properly." And God said, "You are the man I have picked to serve me and lead my people out of the land of Egypt." Sometimes God's purpose for our lives become apparent when we least expect it. We're doing something else and we do not even know. We least expect it, and it becomes apparent that God is asking us, "You do this, you do that, you, this is what I want you to concentrate on." When the call comes, most of the time people struggle with the call. They struggle to accept the call of God upon their life. We can doubt and say, "Is it God speaking to me? Am I really the right person to do this? I can't even do this. I can't even do that. I don't even have the resources to do it. How am I going to be able to do it?" Saul did that as well. Moses did that as well and said, "Me, I'm a stammerer. I can't speak properly." That doesn't change God's mind. Saul said, he said, "I am not a Benjamite. I'm from the smallest tribe of Israel. And it is not in my clan. And is not my clan the least of all the clans of the tribe of Benjamin?" That can be found in the book of 1 Samuel 9, verse 21. So, your education, your status, wherever you are in life, does not limit God. If He has a calling upon your life, He will support you. all you have to do is to hit that calling and take the first step. Whatever He asks you to do, you just take the first step. Your weakness, your level in life does not limit God. Your fear does not limit God. When God has a plan in mind for you, when God has a plan in mind for us, He will let you know and He will equip you to be able to do it. I can remember one of the True Talk I was listening to with Ella, Dara, and Tolu, and they were speaking to Mommy Mike Bamiloye, and she said something. She said, when God has called you, even if you don't have something to eat in your house, but when it comes to that work God has called you to do, He will provide. You will see provisions coming in. So all we have to do is to trust God. So if we are stressing about what our purpose is, let's stay faithful. Let's be faithful to God and keep serving God. And keep believing in God that our time will come. Your time will come. It will make it plain. It will make our paths plain before us. That which He wants us to do. That the reason why He has called us to do something. It will show it. It will make it plain. That is what I said I should come and share with us today. Discovering God's calling upon your life. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification button and you will be notified when we upload new content. Thank you.